Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is of this sea kind of look. Basically it was kind of just like an under the sea kind of theme where the waves are coming up here and then this is all the underneath. I made this entire octopus, maybe like a creature, I'm not sure how much it really looks like an octopus. I made this entirely by hand and the rest of it is all the body paint, but I did this all with just tinfoil and some model magic, Crayola model magic. I had this really cool idea for a little while once I saw a couple of people on Instagram really getting into it, because you know how when Halloween comes around everyone does the mermaid kind of thing, but I was like, underwater the sea would be super cool. This whole theme is on under the sea, and then this cool huge little chest piece that I made that is actually hanging around my neck by fishing line. It's only been on here for about a half hour so I can take pictures and it's already hurting me, so I don't know how great this would work to go out with, but who's actually doing this? You know, people are only really watching this video for entertainment. I don't really know a lot of people that is actually just doing this. You know, I'm a weird species. So this is the look that I created today, and if you would like to know how I did it, then keep on watching. Okay, let's get in again. We're going to start off by the octopus. I'm going to take a little bit of aluminum foil and morph his head octopus. Remember, it has to fit on my body. This one's gonna go on my chest. This one can be a little bit bigger. We gotta remember it's gonna go on my body, so it's not gonna be a big old shindig. Unless, oh, gee. Hold up, this could be a good thing. I feel like I'm on a talk show because I'm so far away. So to make a tentacle, you have to wrap it around here. You have to wrap it around so it's attached to it. Next tentacle. Just a little bit. Ooh, kind of looks like a ram. Yeehaw! I'm malfunctioning because I don't know how to do this. Another one. I have an idea that's kind of crazy, but bear with me. If I could make tentacles that went over my boobs, then it wouldn't be scandalous because it would be covered. Hi, I'm here and I look ugly. Sorry, I didn't think my face would be in it, but here we are. Okay, so if I put it here. Okay, well I got the general area of where it should be. The office. This is very rough until I go over it with a full piece of tin foil. So I'm taking this and I'm putting it up to my chest, right? Now I think since it's so hard to morph it together with this, like just kind of like doing it, I'm going to make the tentacle now and just kind of glue it onto it and then put foil over it to kind of bring it all together. But to secure it for the time being, I'm just going to glue it. So I'm going to do one here as well. And this is going to be the one that will cover the exclusive area. So yeah. So that's what it's looking like right now, and we'll glue that and see what happens.
Now to make the head of it, I'm taking tinfoil and I'm kind of just layering it on top of each other. To make them stick together, I am using super glue. Since the tinfoil really doesn't work well morphing in curves, I'm using Crayola model magic to do like the claws at the end. They're not really claws, but they look like claws when it has the white at the end. I'm doing some of them in full circles, and then some of them just kind of like hanging claws to make it look a little bit different.
Now I'm going to make the head that kind of like falls backwards off of the octopus. I'm going to make it falling more this way. I'm using Crayola clay, the lightweight clay, because it is very lightweight. Beep beep.
Now I'm pretty roughly covering the octopus with some of the Crayola model magic, mostly in all of the crevices. Don't worry, later we go on and do a whole nother like entire layer of it, but now I'm just rolling it out and trying to smooth it into all the little crevices.
Okay, so this is on the highest ISO I can do. I know that the lighting isn't great in here. I'm in a different room working on the octopus piece, but I just wanted to run you in here and not bring all of my lights into this room just for this. So I'm working on the octopus. It's not the smoothest. From this angle, it looks like a person like diving. If you don't look at these legs, it just looks like a weird shaped person is just diving. This is literally just the clay, and I just took literally a whole like Crayola bag of it. That it doesn't come with much. I took literally just a whole Crayola bag of it, and I rolled it out with like this oil bottle, and I just kept rolling it on a table like freaking like pizza dough. And it spread out really far, and then I kind of just flopped it right on top of the whole thing and cut like in between the legs so I could surround it. And then to get into these holes, I used this little piece so I could just push inside of them and then kind of just like push on the edges. Put the ISO down a little bit more so you can see. She looks pretty cool. I don't really want to touch it too much because I don't want to unsmooth it. Basically, it's just going to be like this. And then these last tentacles over here are going to cover my inappropriate part of my boob. I'm going to go outside and I'm going to spray paint the lacquer onto it because that's going to make it look shiny and wet like a sea creature would. And then tomorrow I am going to actually paint it to look like a sea creature, squid, octopus kind of thing. Also tomorrow I'm going to put some eyeballs on it too. This is definitely like one of the biggest prosthetics I've ever done up to date because I mean I've never done anything that was past here, which I'm kind of nervous about, but it's art and everything will be covered and I'm comfortable with it, so who cares whatever anyone else thinks if it's my body and I'm comfortable with it. If a nipple's shown, then everyone kind of like freaks out and is like, ah, oh my god. But like if it's literally just covered like this with a sticky at like festivals with girls, people are like, oh, it's fine. People are really illogical and stupid, but it's art and it's creative and it's fun. I also wanted to wait till I was 18 to do it because I don't know, that's kind of still weird if you're under 18. I feel like I'm just rambling now because I'm tired. Okay, this is she. Ooh. Overall, smooth. We're going to paint it. I'm going to probably make it like a purple-y. I like this a lot. I like these colors a lot. I think I'm gonna start off just painting it this purple color. I varnished it so it is pretty shiny.
Okay, so to paint it, I started using a sponge, but then I quickly changed over to a brush because the sponge was making weird dots and it wasn't actually sticking to the varnish that I put on. But I still had to do a good couple of coats on it. So now I'm doing the contouring with an airbrush because it was probably going to be very hard to blend if I did it with an actual brush. So using the airbrush helped a lot, and I'm using blue to really contour, and then to deepen up the contours I go into using some black. And then on the highlight points, I took some cream paint and put it on in the middle of most of the tentacles and then in the middle of where I put the two lines on the forehead, front and back. Now to give it some texture and some little scales, kind of, not really scales, but just to give it some texture and make it look more fishy, I'm putting some random polka dots, and really it's very simple, nothing crazy, just the polka dots, and it really makes it look more aquatic. So now I'm taking the Model Magic again, my best friend for this look, and I'm creating some eyes, and I made the pupils fully black, and then the white part that was kind of blending into the octopus that wasn't really on top, I painted that purple. And then again, adding details with the black, creating some little nostrils and making black dots. And then to hang this thing around my neck, my dad pushed some fishing line through it with a needle on both sides, and then I could just tie it around my neck.
Woohoo! So here she is around my neck. I painted her with a coat of lacquer. So here's what I'm thinking. So for the picture on Instagram, I'm not going to have the shirt on, but I will have the sticky things on. For the video, I probably won't show you below here because I'm not too comfortable with it being on for like more than a picture. So I'm going to show you what I do from here up, but then the rest down you'll probably just see on Instagram. Okay, so basically I'm probably just going to start off with a coat of this blue just everywhere, and then I can kind of just get darker and lighter as I want it, but just as like a base start off color, we're going to do that.
So next I finished off the rest of my body with that color, and then I took this blue shade from a Morphe 39A palette and marked where I wanted the ocean to start, and then I marked around the octopus because I decided to take it off of my body because it was hurting my neck. Above the region where I marked and also stopping at my face, I painted the entire region with one coat of dark blue. Now I'm basically trying to make the illusion that there are waves that are crashing down, so I try to make it the whitest on the top of the lines that go across, but also sparsely putting some white horizontal lines over the water to make it look like there's some kind of current. Now to really deepen everything up, I'm taking this black and kind of sparsely putting it everywhere, basically horizontally in between the waves. I put it on top of the wave definitely pretty heavily because it really makes a cool shadow and highlights the white a lot. This will give this whole part of the piece some dimension.
I'm going to take some cream paint and put that right underneath this line.
I'm putting this blue cream paint on the sides of my body, and this will really focus the entire look on the center, which will be where the octopus will be. I'm really blending that out, trying to make a seamless blend into the center with the blue, and then I'm grabbing this black eyeshadow and I'm putting that really more on the sides of my body, not very close to the center at all, just the sides. It gives it a lot of dimension. On the sides of me, I drew some little like seaweeds, but not seaweeds because they're not green, sea leaves, maybe just some like, I don't know, they were just like fun little hanging, floating little things in the water. So I drew them blue and just random little shapes, and then I shaded the underside of them black, the one that was facing down, and then I highlighted right next to the shadow, and that made them look pretty cool and realistic.
I think I'm gonna make a nice little seahorse right here. Actually, I'm gonna make a jellyfish. So the same thing that I did with these blue little crustacean things, I don't know what they're called. Same thing that I did right here, I'm going to do on this side, but to save some time, I'm going to just be right back with this on this side.
So now I'm making a seahorse on the other side to make another little creature like the jellyfish. And I'm just shading with a bunch of different colors of green and then going in finally with some black to really define it. Yeah, that's basically what I'm doing. The wings don't really matter because they get covered by the octopus anyways, honestly. And then after I finished with the seahorse, I dunked the back of my paintbrush into some white paint and made some white dots everywhere all over my chest. And finally, to finish off the chest, I'm taking this blue shade from the palette I've been using and making some vertical lines going downwards into the sea, which kind of makes it seem like the sun is kind of shining down onto the water, and then highlighting with white cream paint right in the middle. So now going up to my face, I am doing some mountains on the side of my face. I'm using this dark brown shade from Mayron Makeup. I am first coloring it all in this dark brown shade, and then to kind of make it look like it's in layers, I'm taking a white paint and just making some like random wiggle lines in the middle. And then to blend in that white, I took a yellow cream paint and kind of blended it down into the brown as like a medium in between shade. And then to really define the highlights, I actually did backwards. I highlighted, then shaded. I took a black cream paint and then went above the white. So now going into painting my face, I did the gradient from yellow into orange, into a red, into a blue, and then into a purple. And I tried to gradient this all up my face. The hardest was blending the red into the blue, definitely. Yellow and orange are pretty complementary colors, but blending the red into the blue was pretty tough. So to kind of make it easier, I wanted to highlight underneath my eyes anyways, but since I did highlight underneath my eyes and above on my eyelid, it did help with the blending a lot with the white in there. And then I didn't show you, but I did the purple on top as well. And for my eyebrows, I decided to do them white because if I did them black, I think it wouldn't stand out as much. And I really liked how it came out white. I've never tried it. So yeah, I just did my brows with some white cream paint. And then I took a dark blue shade underneath them to really define them, and I think a little bit above. After this, I kind of put some lines on my face, as you can tell, to distract from the unblendiness of it, but now I'm going into the sunset, and I just made it over my lips so it could kind of make the illusion that my lips weren't there, and it kind of helped, but it also made it look like I was puckering the whole time a little bit. And finally, after you finish this last step, this will be the finished look.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this look, please like and subscribe. If you have any suggestions of what I should do next, leave it in the comment section below. I answer back to almost everyone's comments, so if you would ever like to just chit chat with me, just go down there. I really appreciate you all staying till the end in the outro. You guys rock and are so awesome. I love you guys, and I'll check you in the next video. Bye!